I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And this is The Coin Show. On this episode of The Coin Show, Matt shares some websites that he uses every day. Mike reviews a guidebook of United States coins, professional edition, and we talk about the coolest thing to walk into Matt's shop this week. But first, the news. The news is brought to you by the American Numismatic Association. The National Money Show is coming to Atlanta Thursday, February 27th through Saturday, March 1st. Sign up today at nationalmoneyshow.com. If you'd like to buy Proof 2013 Gold American Eagles, you'd better hurry up. The 1-ounce coin and the 4-coin sets sold out in December, and now the next most popular size, the $5 10th ounce, is sold out, Matt.
Uh-oh.
Now, this leaves the quarter and the half-ounce coins left for buyers.
Those are usually less popular, I think.
Yeah, sales for those two denominations in proof are historically about half of the other two, which is roughly where they've sold to at this point. So I really don't expect many more will sell before the Mint pulls the plug.
So if you want them, get them now.
Right. It's if you want them, you better really hurry up because they're gone.
See you later.
Yep. Fans of the 2014 Proof Silver American Eagle will get their first opportunity to buy January 23rd.
Oh, cool. Nice and early.
Yes. The coins are going to be priced at $52.95 with a $4.95 fee for domestic shipping and handling. And there's no household limit for the product.
That's about right.
$52.95, but current spot is right now $20.
Yeah, but the proofs always tend to just hover way up above spot.
At least in my experience, when I remember being a little bit more interested in this program was, quite a few years ago, it seemed that they were selling the uncirculated ones at around 15, 16, and they were selling the proof ones at like 30.
Yeah.
This is like 2.5 times. It's just, to me, it's starting to get
well,
old.
but what were they priced at last year? Roughly the same thing.
Yeah.
And then they sold out. So.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's a popular coin, and people really like them.
That's like marketing 101. Price it where you can sell it. Don't price yourself out of the market, but don't be afraid to make a profit either.
Well, you know what, though? And this leads into our next story, because the Royal Canadian Mint is also offering their proof Maple Leaf coins in gold and silver.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Maple Leaf coins feature a reverse proof design, which is, really popular and I think kind of inspired some of the other manufacturers to go that way. But the gold coin is limited to 2,000 coins.
That's not very
and
many.
The silver is limited to 20,000 coins.
That's not very many either.
No, and it's very little wonder that they sell out every single year and why they're tremendously popular on the secondary market.
Yep, I agree.
Just aren't that many of them. That's marketing 102.
That's marketing 102.
Supply
and demand.
Right. It's like lower the supply, keep your demand high, and the Royal Canadian Mint is really pretty good at doing that. Now, it's like we here at the Coin Show are big fans of the Royal Canadian Mint, and if you'd like to see some really cool stuff that's available right now, head over to www.mint.ca/store, and you can find what's available now. And I emphasize now, because
it changes all the time.
At the low mintages that they make stuff in, is generally not there very long. This stuff just, it goes, gone. Now, in news that isn't about bullion offerings, CoinNews.net is reporting that the U.S. Mint will issue 2014 gift sets for newborns, birthdays, and celebrations.
They're expanding on the the set they did, what was it, 2 years ago? Started with the birthday set, or
Well, they still have the congratulations set.
that's what it was. Yeah, the one they're issuing this year has a Proof Silver Eagle in it.
Yes.
The congratulations.
Right, because last year when the Silver Eagle Proof sold out, then the congratulations set sold out shortly afterwards because it was the only other place that you could get the coin.
Yeah. Down at the bottom of their website there, they have a link to the 2013 sets.
Oh, there you go. And what was in it?
Silver Eagle.
Okay, so yeah, we were right, and they're keeping consistent with that. This year they're going to be offering another set that has the thing. But the birth and birthday sets will both feature 4 of the same coins, 2014 S-Proof Kennedy Half, Roosevelt Dime, Jefferson Nickel, and Lincoln Cent. The birth set will include a Great Smoky Mountains National Park Quarter, and the Happy Birthday set will feature an Everglades Park Quarter. So the birth set has the first, and the birthday set has the last issues of 2014 for the America the Beautiful Quarters program.
That's pretty cool.
The congratulations set is kind of a puzzle to me as it only contains 1 coin. How could it be a set if it has 1 coin? But anyway, it's just kind of makes me wonder. It's one of those Andy Rooney things. You ever wonder why there's only 1 coin in a set? So, but the congratulations set, it puzzles me. A 2014 Proof Silver American Eagle. The congratulations set will sell for $54.95, or $2 more than the Proof Eagle does without the packaging.
Yeah.
So my guess is that it will indeed sell out, likely a week or so after the Silver American Eagle does.
Yeah, the Proof, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. It's true, though.
It is. It's just one of those things. Now, speaking of things that sold out, the 2013 5-Star General's $5 gold coin is getting a lot of attention lately.
Yeah, they're cool. I have one right now.
Well, since selling out at the U.S. Mint unexpectedly 4 weeks ago, and it's always these unexpected sellouts at the end of the year, the market has reacted to the fact that only 5,658 of these uncirculated coins were made.
That's a low mintage.
I personally think that, as far as price, what we're seeing right now is speculation that's driving rising prices for the coins. And I don't know, if they're going to particularly stay high in the long term. I think that kind of what we usually see is a spike, and it jumps up, and then it kind of settles in a year or so, but that may not be the case.
Well, yeah, if you look at the mintage of this coin versus the mintage of the Jackie Robinson 5, which is a tough coin too, the Jackie Robinson had a mintage of 5,174 pieces. So this
and in my notes, I had that this coin reminds me of the 98 Jackie Robinson Gold $5 and Unk.
Apparently, it's the only issue lower than this particular coin is the Jackie Robinson Unk.
Right, and they're very similar in the fact that the uncirculated coin is considerably, less, or I should say that the proof version of it is considerably more plentiful. There's like 4 times as many of them. And so, there hasn't been the interest in it. Now, the subject matter on the 2013 coin, though, isn't quite America's pastime. And it only features a single subject in Douglas MacArthur, which I kind of griped about from the beginning. I thought that it should have, if it's a 5-Star General's gold coin being the pinnacle of, what they're making, I thought it should salute more than one person. But there are a lot of military and World War II collectors out there that could drive the price of this coin for years.
Oh, yeah. I think you're probably right.
And finally in the news, CoinUpdate.com is reporting that Representative Sean Maloney of New York has introduced legislation asking for gold, silver, and clad coins commemorating the National Purple Heart Wall of Honor in 2017.
Interesting.
Now, the wall and medal honor the over 1.7 million service members wounded or killed in action from the Revolutionary War all the way through the present day. And the wall itself currently is in the New Windsor Cantonment, I think that's how you pronounce it, State Historic Site in New York State, where General George Washington first awarded the Badge of Military Merit, a piece of purple cloth that became the model for the current Purple Heart Medal.
Interesting. That would make a decent command, I think.
Well, you being a military collector, does something like that pique your interest?
Yeah, oh yeah, Purple Hearts are always popular. So yeah, I would think that something like that would be popular among people from that particular genre of collecting things. But And plus, there's lots of service members.
Yeah, I think military collectors in general and service members particularly. I mean, think about it. Between is it 4 or is it technically 5 branches? You know, with all the different service people that we have.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be something. And this is another one that you could actually raise the mintage on, like the Marine Corps commemorative that they did. And it would do really, really well.
I think so. I think you're probably right.
Now, you were saying that you had a MacArthur gold coin. Is that personal?
No, it's at the shop.
It's just something that you picked up?
I think we have a 3-piece set, a 3-piece uncirculated set.
Oh, okay. That is going up in price as we speak.
I'm not complaining.
You can find these and other news stories from the coin world on our website at coinshowradio.com. Just click on News on the top bar for our RSS news feed. If you've never experienced the National Money Show before, you can do so for free when the ANA brings its annual Midwinter Show to Atlanta, February 27th to March 1st. Admission is free on the final day of the show, Saturday, March 1st. Parking at the convention center is free. Come take a free class on coin collecting basics and walk the Bourse floor where some 600 dealers are standing by, ready to buy and sell. There are also free activities for kids in the Kids Zone, world-class collector exhibits, and much, much more. Learn more at nationalmoneyshow.com. Matt?
Yes, sir.
You know, it's amazing sometimes the parallels that we come up with in the things that we independently work on for this show.
Mm-hmm. It is funny.
And I was looking at what you're going to talk about tonight, and I was looking at what I'm going to talk about tonight, and they're both about things that we use almost every single day.
Yeah. I had talked about this on a previous episode, but it's been a long time, and I've also got in a little more depth about the websites that I use every day, which is what we're talking about tonight.
And, of course, websites kind of evolve over time anyway, and they
Yes.
change, and some go and come.
Yep. Now, one of the things I do in my business is I tend to be the guy that gets tasked with researching coins and currency. I mean, that's just, you're the senior guy. We have something we can't figure it out. That's basically what they tell me. So, I thought for this episode I would discuss some of the sites and programs that I use every day and, maybe hope that you guys might find a new reference source that will make your collecting easier and more fulfilling. Now, the first one I wanted to talk about tonight was PCGS CoinFacts, and you can find this website at www.pcgscoinfacts.com. Now, this is a website I find myself using daily to research pricing, populations, and to look at auction results of graded coins. They break down the coins by type, and then they break them down by date, and then they break them down by either proof or uncirculated. And then, once you find the date that you're looking for, the results are further broken down by things such as like color on Lincolns and coppers, brown, red, or proof-like, or deep mirror proof-like, or full bands, or, full bell
superlatives.
lines. Exactly. So you either have them or you don't, and you can search either way. So at that point, once you find your coin's proper designation, you'll see the PCGS price guide for pricing information. And then under that, you'll find the most up-to-date auction records for comparable pieces. So basically, coins graded by PCGS and NGC that have sold recently at auction and what they sold for.
And one of the great things that I like about PCGS CoinFacts is that this gives you prices on actual certified coins, not raw. This is approximately what it's worth. This is raw data that they take and they crunch the numbers and they give you auction results and a basic market price for their coins.
Yep. And the neat thing about this particular website, which not a lot of the other sites do that give you pricing as far as auctions go, is CoinFacts actually includes closed eBay listings in their search results, which is not something, because eBay is such a useful venue to sell things. I've always wondered why a lot of the other sites didn't include those closed listings in their results, but this particular website does.
Well, I'll tell you what, in my opinion, I think it's just because they're so vast
Yeah.
and they're so hard to cull.
Yes.
There's so many auctions going on eBay.
They found a way to do it.
Yeah,
so
off to them.
I find this website really useful for me every day when I'm trying to either price a coin for purchase or price a coin to sell. And it puts many different reference sources in one place, which for me is always useful. The less websites you have to go to, the better. Now, unfortunately, this is not a free website, but to me, it's still worth either the $12.95 a month, or if you go ahead and buy the annual subscription, it's $100, $99. So if this is, if you plan on pricing a lot of coins, either to buy or sell, that are certified, it may very well be worth your money to check out that website.
I would say that you would likely return your money that you invest in paying for this website if you buy and sell enough coins.
Oh, I do all the time. I mean,
Right.
this website saves me loads of money and helps me sell coins at the right price rather than just kind of grabbing at sticks and looking at different references and maybe pricing a coin too cheap. So, that for me is the value.
And I'm not even, talking about dealers. I'm talking about just your average Joe. If you sell enough coins, you're going to make your money back on it just in the information that you get.
Yeah, or if you're looking to buy coins, certified coins.
Yes, absolutely.
That'll help you know, well, this one sold for $178 and this one sold for $158 and this dealer's asking $250. That's probably too much.
Right, and now you know that actual dealers, because Matt is an actual dealer, use these sites to help determine price sometimes.
Yeah, oh yeah. Another website that I find myself using every day is a website called Numismaster, and it's a pretty easy website as well, www.numismaster.com. Now, this is a website I find myself on some days. I find myself on there a lot, but on the average day, I'm on there 3 to 5 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah, and basically what Numismaster is it's all of the Kraus World Coin Guides from 1600 to date in a searchable database, and it's powered by Kraus Publications.
The friendly people that bring us numismatic news.
Yes, exactly. It's the exact same data that you'll find in those big phone book looking World Coin Guides, and
a whole lot easier to carry around with you.
Yeah, well, that's true too. Now, I find this website to me very useful for foreign coins because that's what this is mainly geared towards, is foreign coins. I find it pretty useful for foreign coins that happen to be, say, in another language that I can't read, of course, or maybe very well worn. But the cool part about this site is the lookup function. All you really have to know is a date or date range for the coin and its composition to get results. So say you have a copper coin that you can read the date of 1927 on, but you can't read anything else. You type in coins made of copper, 1927, and it'll show you every coin made in that date in copper. So all you have to do at that point is scroll down and match up your coin to the picture, and boom, you got it identified.
Wow.
So I do that a lot. I use that a lot. Now, once again, it's not free, but for me, the $109.95 a year is very, very worth it, and also probably a heck of a lot cheaper than buying the 7 numismatic guides that are encompassed in this website that you get with your subscription.
And I have to say this because I'm a book guy. I'm a book guy.
I know.
But I am also an internet guy, and I will tell you that it's great to have books, but when you have things that are constantly being updated, the internet generally is the place to go for them.
Yeah.
The printed word is only as good as the day it was last published.
Yeah, because I think the World Coin Guides, when they first come out, are like $60 a pop. So
they're huge, though. I mean,
they are huge.
Enormous.
But if you figure for your $109 a year, you're getting 7 of those in a searchable database that's updated.
It's the searchable part of it that appeals to me probably the most of any of it, because I'm basically lazy. It's so much easier to look it up in a database than it ever will be in a book.
And with me, it's just a matter of time. I don't have time to, which book do I need? Okay, let me flip through to find the right country. Okay, well, it's not this one. I need this denomination, So it's a lot easier if I type them in and bang it right out. So
absolutely. Modern technology used for your convenience.
Another website that I use is also a PCGS website. It's PCGS Photo Grade. And the URL is www.pcgs.com/photograde. Now, grading, as we all know, can be very hard. And sometimes you get coins that can be even harder. If you get a coin that's really kind of right in between two grades, this website comes in handy for distinguishing exactly what grade the coin is. Does it have the chops to be a VF, or is it just a fine? So I use this site probably once a day, sometimes not, not every day, but I do definitely use this site for coins that are tricky to grade in circulating condition.
Now, there's an app for PCGS PhotoGrade that's
And I
available
use
for
it
both
too.
your Androids and, your iPhones. And yes, use it all the time. And I will tell you that when you're grading or attributing, so much of it is done by sight.
Yeah.
And so when you have, your device next to you that has a picture of it,
Yeah.
and you can put the coin right up next to it, it's just invaluable.
It helps tremendously. And the best part, it's free.
That's my kind of price.
Yes, your kind of price.
My kind of price.
Now, here's one that most people may not know about.
I've never heard of it.
Yep, this is a website that I have found myself using more and more often. It's called AC Search and MC Search, and you just add a .info to the end of either of those, and you will find the websites. Now, AC stands for ancient coin, and MC stands for medieval and modern coin. And basically, these are search engines or websites that you can use to price higher grade foreign coins and actually get auction results from around the world. And it's similar to the PCGS CoinFacts, not nearly as in depth, but you do get, auction results for foreign coins, which, obviously PCGS doesn't do.
Well, I would also think that with the scope of ancient and medieval coins, the volume of material is just huge.
Yep, so you can search coins by either their date, their country. I found myself even searching coins by the inscriptions on the coins, if I'm not quite sure what it is. And it's very, very easy to use. Again, it's really a search-driven kind of website that can help you find out what you can either price a coin at or what you should look to pay for a coin. And once again, the best part, it's free.
Now, does AC Search and MC Search help at all with the grading of these coins?
No, because they're just what they do is they basically they compile all of the auction results from auction houses around the world. You see stuff from German auction houses and Dutch auction houses and Chinese auction houses.
But it'll help you identify at least virtually anything.
Yeah, and I'll also give you an idea of pricing. It tells you this piece sold for this on this date at this auction house. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So it helps. It's like I said, it's not as in-depth as some of the other sites, but there's not a heck of a lot of good websites out there that can provide that type of information.
And even fewer of them that are free.
Yes, free. That's true. And then the last one I wanted to mention tonight was, and I know it's a coin show, guys, but this is a currency program that I use. And this program is called Track and Price. Now, this is a program that allows you to access a database of both coin. They have a coin part, but I use it for currency. They also keep census on national currencies. They keep a census of how many pieces are out there by serial number. So
now, national notes, you're talking about the brown seal small size notes?
Brown sealed small size notes, the 1902 large size notes, the 1882 brownbacks, and then the 1862 original charters.
Oh, okay.
So as long as they were national notes, they keep track of them by serial number, which is cool because you can actually track a note by serial number, as it sold over the years. You can go back and say, okay, well, this note sold in 2007 at Stacks for this amount because, it has the same serial number as the one I'm looking at. Or this note has never sold through an auction house and is not known to the census. So, that kind of stuff is useful.
Yes, it could help you keep you from making a bidding mistake.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
overpricing yourself in a note.
Mm-hmm. Once again, unfortunately, this program is not free, but to me, being somebody, because I have started making the market here in Indiana National Notes. So I do, I am the guy for Indiana Nationals right now. So I use this website a lot, and for me, it's worth the $130 a year. Now, they also offer a bunch of other functions for small-size currency, large-size currency, fractionals, colonials, as well as the coin side. But the coin side, honestly, you can get the same information with PCGS CoinFacts, and it's actually, I like it better.
Now, I had mentioned, the app for PCGS CoinFacts. I would also like to add that, a lot of the apps that I like to use are like The PCGS has the PhotoGrade app. NGC has an app called Coin Details.
Yep.
And you can verify NGC slabs on it and do other neat things. There's also the Numismatist has an app.
Oh, for their magazine?
For their magazine,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
you can read it on the go. And I
Sure.
think is great, and the great folks at A&A do that. And there's also another one that I like called Coin Mobile, or it's Coin Mobile, whichever way you want to look at it.
Mobile.
Well, it's spelled Coin Mobile, to the Coin Mobile. And they have, oh yeah, you're listed on this on
Yeah,
online
I was
coin
going to
dealers.
say, you'll find that I have helped out with that particular app.
And I use it for precious metal quotes, and you can also use it to look up like pricing and things like that for slab coins.
Yep, and there's lots of websites and programs out there. This is just a few that I know that I use every day, and I would actually love to hear from our listeners. If you have a website or program that you use that you find to be a good reference, shoot me an email at matt@coinshowradio.com, and hopefully at some point in the future we can revisit this topic and we can talk about some of the websites that you guys use every day.
And in the interim, maybe they can crush your mailbox.
They can do that too.
You know, Matt, I am trying to continue with the book reviews as they come. I still have a few more that I'm going to do, and I'm going to endeavor to try and cover one a month.
I like them, so just keep it up.
Well, this month, okay, I have decided that our book will be a Guidebook of United States Coins Professional Edition.
I love this book.
The professional version of the Red Book. You love this book. Good.
I do.
Okay, well, that means that you own at least a copy of it.
I do.
Do you have the current 5th edition?
I'm not sure if I have the current edition or the last edition.
Okay, well, these aren't issued every year like the Red Book is.
Yeah.
These are issued in updates. If I was asked by someone just entering the hobby for advice on how to get started as a coin collector, I would share the best piece of numismatic wisdom I've ever learned. It's simple, it's tried and true, and it, like most good postulates, remains valid over time.
Can I guess what it is? Can I guess
Yep.
what it is?
Because I know you're going to nail it.
Is it by the book, not the coin?
Well, it's by the book before the coin.
Yeah, same thing.
Right. I think it says it all succinctly and clearly. It's good advice when you first enter the hobby, and it's equally good advice when you're a seasoned professional.
That's very true.
Now, the first book that I would recommend to an absolute newcomer is A Guidebook of United States Coinage by R.S. Yeoman. It's the go-to book for coin collectors of all levels. The depth and breadth of knowledge that it contains makes it an invaluable tool for anyone who wants to learn about United States coinage. And we've reviewed it before, and if you want to look at our book reviews on coinshowradio.com, you will find my absolute love for the Red Book. Now, as a writer and researcher, I find it to be one of my most valuable fact-finding tools, and a reference that I think might be the most used of the reference books that I have. And trust me, I have more than a few. I think that most experienced coin collectors have owned a copy of this book, if not several copies of the annual, making it probably the best-selling numismatic book of all time, if I were to estimate.
You would guess you're probably right.
So to say that the guidebook is successful is likely an understatement on my part. It has been published in 8 decades, and I don't see an end in sight. But as with anything over time, evolution will take its course, and the evolution of the Red Book is no different. Collecting United States coins as a hobby continues to grow and evolve, and our greatest numismatic reference has endeavored to grow alongside of it. But improve the Red Book? Seriously? Is that even possible? Can you take the greatest work of all time and just add a chapter?
It's like adding another picture to the Sistine Chapel. It's like putting another guy on the wall.
Do we add faces to Mount Rushmore? Can we put a more fashionable haircut on the Mona Lisa?
That'd be a good idea, actually. A perm. Give Mona Lisa a perm.
See, I knew you'd like that idea. Attempts to reinvent the numismatic reference have come and gone, with few enjoying some marginal level of success and some missing the mark entirely, but none have ever been able to replace the guidebook.
No, I agree completely.
A Guidebook of United States Coins Professional Edition is an expanded version of the original Red Book, intended for intermediate, advanced, and professional use. Instead of reinventing the guidebook, new layers have been added, which give an already indispensable reference an even richer depth and breadth. The Professional Edition features more in-depth coverage of United States coins in their entirety, from the Federal era through the present day. It covers half cents to double eagles, as well as commemorative issues, bullion coins, and proof and mint sets. More levels of pricing are listed in the Professional Edition. Valuations are given for full bell lines, cameo, deep cameo, full split bands, and other superlative designations. Multiple mint state and proof valuations will help the reader to gain a better perspective of the overall market. The Professional Edition lists certified population summaries for NGC and PCGS, which include the total number certified, average grade, percent of mid-state coins, and the finest proof grade. Auction data is also included. Now, one of the improvements in the Professional Edition that I like is the listing of additional die varieties.
I was hoping you were going to cover that.
You betcha, because they're listed in every denomination, not just some.
Yep.
And they're well covered and will likely suit the uses of most people.
Yep. That's why I love that book. That's why I use that book a lot, because there's good pictures of them. There's even valuations of a lot of the stuff that's not covered in just the standard edition. So,
yeah, the standard edition lists, the major
the
varieties, and it might give you a picture of like the big ones.
Yeah.
But, my thing is that it's such a visual thing that, the pictures just always show you so much better. Now, richly illustrated in beautiful full color, the Professional Edition delivers with even more photographs of key focal points and variety diagnostics than the original. I could continue on a laundry list of other improvements I found in this book, but I'd like to kind of leave the reader a few surprises. Now, personally, I'm a fan of the expanded section on bullion coins. They have pages and pages of information on the newer programs, such as the 5-ounce silver ATB quarters, the hockey pucks, the Buffalo coins, the first spouse, and, other programs generally too new to find in books yet. Another section that I particularly liked is the appendix on great collectors and great collections of the past. Often in historical accounts you'll find reference to a collector or his collection like Louis Eliasberg. And having these facts will add yet another layer of knowledge to the historical accounts and pedigrees that preserve the heritage of particular coins and can thereby enrich the collecting experience. Now, writing a new version of a classic and retaining the benchmark quality is no small task.
No.
The Red Book is, at least in my opinion, the numismatic Bible of U.S. coins, and possibly the most popular numismatic work of all time. Improving on such a work is no small undertaking, but the Professional Edition hits or exceeds the mark in so many ways. A Herculean feat delivered to the reader by what I would call the numismatic equivalent of the Dream Team. Ken Brissett and Q. David Bowers, two true giants in numismatic cataloging, writing, and researching. The mix of their writing in this new edition creates a synergy that adds another dimension and another layer to the numismatic standard. R.S. Yeoman retains the writing credit for the guidebook, and Brissett moves from editor to senior editor, with Bowers coming aboard as the research editor. Jeff Garrett rounds out the team as the valuations editor. Now, Garrett was one of the original graders at PCGS, and since leaving the grading service has become a noted author and founder of Mid-American Rare Coin Galleries. He also works on the staff of the Smithsonian Institution's National Numismatic Department. Now, the book itself is larger than the original edition of A Guidebook of United States Coins and measures 8.5 by 11, or roughly the size of a sheet of printer paper. Mm-hmm. And at only 384 pages, it's lightweight and easy to use. One of the most obvious advantages of this larger size is that it allows for more and larger photos, and even more text without creating an encyclopedia-sized book that could be too big and bulky to carry anywhere. The current 5th edition was published in 2013 and features a spiral binding made popular in the original Red Book. Now, in my opinion, this is a book that set out on the task of improving one of the greatest numismatic works of all time, and accomplished it not by reinventing the wheel, but by giving us a more useful wheel.
Yeah, just elaborating.
Sure, more depth, more history, more research, and ultimately more knowledge. Make a Guidebook of United States Coins Professional Edition something that can make us all better coin collectors, whether hobbyists or professionals. Matt, you didn't spend any time in your shop today, did you?
I did not know. I had
So the coolest thing to walk into your shop is actually going to be doing that tomorrow.
Yeah, it will be doing it tomorrow. So today I wanted to talk about the coolest thing that I found at a coin show.
Okay.
So today I did the Muncie Coin Show in Muncie, Indiana. It's a show that I've been doing for years, and I really enjoy it. The weather really sucks every year usually, but that's okay.
Well, they have it in January. What do you expect?
They do, but you know what? It still was a heck of a good show.
You know what? Cold winter days like this, much better inside with coins.
That's very true. Very true. Now getting there and unpacking are not any fun, but that's okay. And I found a really cool piece today, so I'm kind of excited about it. And I can't actually wait to get back into the office next week and play with it. So the piece I bought today is something I've never even heard of before or seen before. It is a token. It's not a coin at all, but it's a token. And this particular token was an early railroad token that was actually used by the railroad. Before steam locomotives ran on coal, they ran on wood. They were wood burning.
Ooh, yeah.
And this particular piece was a token that was used by the railroad companies to pay the wood merchants for their wood.
As the trains worked their way across the country?
Yes.
Awesome.
So they carried these tokens with them. It had their engine number. And then it's basically a good for token. It says good for 1/2 peck. And this peck is, a peck is
right. A peck is an actual unit.
Yes.
It's one of those great units that's like 8 bushels or whatever it is. But
yep. Yep. So this particular token says number 107, good for 1/2 peck. So basically what it was is this was engine 107, and they would give this token to the wood merchant. The wood merchant would in return give them the wood, and then at a later date, the wood merchant would turn this token into the railroad company and get paid.
And they'd settle up.
Wow. So basically, it was like a token of receipt, basically.
Well, it's cool because it stabilized the need for cash of any of these, people that are driving the trains, and just allowed for free exchange of whatever they need with an account to be paid later. It's almost like a checking account.
Yep. So I'm not quite, and like I said, I really can't wait to get back and kind of research the locomotives and see, what era the wood would have been used over the coal, so I can kind of get this thing in a date range, and then, see if I can find any other ones that have ever sold. So
you have no real idea what year this came from?
No, I really don't. I thought it was neat. The price was right. I bought it.
What's it made out of?
It's a brass token, about the size of a $50. It has a hole at the top, basically, I would think for, hanging either on the locomotive itself or the wood merchant.
So it seems like the hole was purposefully made there,
yes.
not something that was PMD or done for jewelry purposes.
Yep, very much so. It was definitely made with a hole. I can see them hanging on a ring, inside of a locomotive, and the conductor or whoever just pulls one off and takes it over to the wood merchant. And
as he's going across his route, he just takes them and uses them. And So I think that probably your best clue as to when it's from has to do with its composition and its size, and probably knowing that this isn't like a lot of tokens that were made out of a need for actual money, but more something that was a convenience item to the company.
Yes. Yes, very much so. And, it's very historical because it's early railroad. And, it has that kind of niche to it as well as the token niche.
Now, does it say what railroad? Did you say what railroad?
No, I haven't got that far yet. Like I said, I just picked it up at the show. I didn't have a heck of a lot of time to research it. I can probably figure that out, but to this point, it remains undetermined.
So it could be like for the Baltimore and Ohio, or it
could be
something
be anything
really cool.
Yeah, like I said, so that, it might turn out to be really boring, but at this particular point, it's the coolest thing I bought at the coin show.
Yeah, or it could end up being like, a token that ends up connected with some famous railroad, or, as much as the railroads from Monopoly have enjoyed their popularity. Yeah. I mean, even those would involve a whole new genre of collector.
Yeah, but I've got to think, though, that it's going to be connected to something like along those lines because it's just so stinking early. I mean, I got to think this thing is, really early in the railroads within the first 20 years or so of them coming.
Let's make a prediction on your part. It's like, try and give me within 5 years. I know that's what's best about this game is there's no, it's like you just tell us later whether or not you're right.
I would guess 1850, 1860, something.
Okay, because the railroads started up in this country, about the 1840s?
Yeah. So I'm guessing anywhere from the 1840s up to the 1860s.
Okay.
Is when this piece would have been used.
Really super early.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm excited about. Like I said, I didn't, a lot of times I bring really super rare stuff to the show, but I got to think this is exceedingly rare. But it's really obscure, and I kind of like it because of that.
It doesn't really matter, though, if it's super rare or if it's super valuable, because it's super valuable, because you seem like you're genuinely excited about it.
I am.
That in and of itself makes it the coolest thing.
It makes it exactly the coolest thing that I bought at the coin show.
We would like to thank our contributors, the Facebook friends, Twitter followers, people who wrote to ask questions or in some other way inspired us. Our thanks to the great folks at the American Numismatic Association for their support. Visit them at money.org. Our thanks to Tony Alvarez and the Tony Alvarez Band for our theme music. Visit them at TonyAlvarezBand.com. We'd also like to thank May Otley for our bumpers. Her site is hannahmayotley.wix.com/portfolio. Also a big thanks to our intern, Taylor Webb. But while these people are important contributors to the show, their importance absolutely pales in comparison to you, the listeners, without whom this entire endeavor would be completely pointless. We love our audience, and we love our audience contributions. Send us your thoughts. Email us at Mike or Matt at coinshowradio.com. Matt's asking for you to send him the websites that you like. Share it with them so that we can maybe share them on a future episode. And you can also tell him, and you can personally ask him why he isn't posting things on Instagram. Or you can also ask us questions. Ask me, Mike at coinshowradio.com. You can send your love and send questions to questions@coinshowradio.com where we can ignore them. Visit our webpage, conveniently located at coinshowradio.com. There you will find Matt's articles or my ongoing book reviews, book recommendations. On the book review page, you'll find links where you can purchase them on Amazon.com. Purchase every single one of them today. We also have pictures and bios if you're interested in knowing what we look like, or if you want to create internet memes, dartboards, or just want to make fun of us. You can also visit our listener map, and you can place a pin in it and show us where you live. Let's see. We didn't have a contest this week.
Nope.
Okay. Just saying. Like us on Facebook and comment on one of our posts or post something of your own. Try and keep it coin related. Follow us on Twitter. You will occasionally find some exclusive content there as well. I will tell you that this week some of my personal Facebook stuff ended up on Twitter. I have no idea why. It's been deleted. So if you subscribe, you'd have caught it. but it's too late now.
Yeah, you could learn that Mike woke up in a pair of granny panties and couldn't figure out why.
That was supposed to be private.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can find us or mention us in your discussion. We are at The Coin Show. If anybody has noticed, we've been posting a new coin fact every day on Facebook and Twitter. Just saying. We also have a new page on Pinterest where you'll, maybe find pictures of the cool things that walked into Matt's shop and other coin-related pictures. You can find us there. We're also at The Coin Show. If you don't see the newest pictures, email Matt at Coin Show Radio. Ask him where the new pictures are. You can also listen to our show on Coin Talk as well as other coin forums. We also have a new place that you can listen to our show on Spreaker.com. That's speaker with an R, Spreaker.com. You can download our show from that site, and it goes live there actually a little bit before it goes live anyplace else. Just saying. Just saying. If you'd like to host a player for our show on your website, email me for details, Mike at CoinShowRadio.com. If you have an Android phone, we have an app for that. It's available on Amazon.com for only $1.99. Download it several thousand times today. We also have a new Windows 8 app available in the Windows 8 app phone store, or the Windows 8 phone app store, too. And as always, our show is available for free on iTunes. We urge you to download our show and share it with a friend. More people are finding us and sharing our show every day. Be the first one to hear each show, and you can point it out to your friends. And then they'll be the next ones to hear the show. So for The Coin Show, I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And we'll talk to you next time on The Coin Show. Do you know what the coolest thing is?
Yes, I do. I'm not going to tell you, though. You're just going to have to find out.
You're going to tell the listeners?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll find out at the same time they do.
Okay. A little bubbly this week.
Yeah. I've got to be.
That sounds like it. I do have kind of a smile on my voice today. I don't know.
I know.
Trying too hard.
Our worst rated show ever.
He sounds so fake.
He's so happy. He's usually a curmudgeon.
Yeah, he sounds so fake. I like the old crabby guy.
He sounds fake.
Yeah, he sounds so fake.
Bad.
Okay. If you've never experienced the National Money Show before, you can do so for free when the ANA brings its annual Midwinter Show to Atlanta, February 27th to March 1st.
The hell?
That's my text message, my brother.
Oh, that's nice. I like how the big words you use. Herculean. Wow.
Herculean effort.
That was nice.
No, I'll have to dismiss this so it'll stop quacking at me.
I thought you were choking a duck.
That's later. When I'm alone. Now we gotta do the coolest thing, and then I've gotta make fun of you for not posting things.
Oh shit. Okay.
I love our chemistry, dude.
I know.
It just works.
That's why we make such a good show.
Mm-hmm. Yep.